Hello, everyone. I am the Aries. Yes, I am still around. I've not gone anywhere, and I've not given up anything in the spiritual world. I am taking a semi hiatus, though, which means I'm not all over the place like I used to be. Well, like I usually am. I've got a favorite morning chat I like to hang out with, and I'll go to some other chats sometimes. Now, if you're asking what have I been up to, well, I've still been doing my energy work, working with angels. I'm still, well, my energy anyway, is still over in the Ukraine area, hovering over China, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I shouldn't say blah, blah, blah. I'm updating people what I'm doing. So, 3D wise, because I can never actually prove anything of the claims I'm making. 3D wise, I'm trying to get some kind of businesses started. I do have some endeavors I want to get started. But what's holding me back is a lack of funding. I am trying to figure out something to get past that, but so far, no good. Oops. So right now I'm just, I put my cards up. I've not used my cards in some time, actually. And I'm putting them back together again because I'm putting them back together again. I would like to relate a quick story, though. I was in one chat room. Someone I like, Kaz Love, there's some numbers after it. I'm not even sure what it was. So I'm in her chat, just shooting the breeze to her regular viewers. Now, I am subscribed to her, but if you see me in the chat room, you know that I'm all over the place. So anyway, long story short, short story even shorter. Someone was talking, she was talking about whatever she was talking about. And I'm chatting in the chat with people, and somebody asked, so who here has a chat? Who has a channel? And I mentioned, I've got 2 channels. Now, I really got like 5 or 6, but, I've got a couple channels. So then, everything stops in the chat. Hold on, Aries, you ain't coming to my chat, dude. I'm like, what? You're not going to be promoting anything. I'm not promoting anything. Someone asked a question, I answered. And then it was a simple mistake because she could sit there and see on the screen. So who here has a channel? And I answered one statement. A few words, a sentence. I answered in a sentence, and that was the end for me. But apparently, Kaz Love, Anna, seems to think I actually wanted to promote my channel in her channel. First of all, Kaz, I am the sun. That might not mean nothing to you, but to anyone who's truly connected to the divine, they understand what that means. But this just speaks to something bigger that I think that's bothering, something that's wrong with the spiritual community. How we don't support one another. Now, I don't really do lives, but if I have a live, you want to sit there and tell about your channel, you go ahead. I don't care. I hope people are successful. See, people like to sit there and say that I have an ego. But my ego doesn't stop me from reaching out to people. My ego doesn't stop me from socializing with people I don't even know just because I feel like we're all part of a spiritual family. But then I hear other people who sit there and just do love readings, is going to try to upbraid me. But I don't know, do you think that I'm trying to poach your subscribers? Trust me, Kaz. We don't do similar things. You might sit there and say you've got a spiritual channel, but do you really? Do any of you people really, if all you're talking about is twin flame, do any of you people really give a damn about what's going on in this world? What are your programs, projects to try to help people? Yes. Love readings. Yes, that's some way to help people, but let's just be honest. It's not real help. Because honestly, you want to find love, you love yourself, you understand your worth, and you don't bring people in your lives who aren't worthy of that. That's all you need. So you hear somebody who sits there and does love readings, nothing but love readings, run her damn mouth talking about, you know me, but I don't know you. I don't know what you be talking about. Okay, that's fine. But I'm not talking about my channel. I simply said I had a couple in answer to a question that someone asked. There are times I seriously wonder why I bother with some of these people. Oh, and when I'm talking to this, I'm talking about whoever comes along. It's not going to be anybody in the spiritual family who watches these videos. I can tell you that. Everything I talk about, it will be proven right one day, and people will sit there and see that, oh, yeah, that man was talking about the truth. That man knew what the fuck he was talking about. Probably, I can only hope it's here while I'm still alive, but who knows? I've been thinking lately, maybe it's good if people aren't going to believe the things I said I can do or that I've done. Because if they knew that it was true, I'd probably get no kind of peace of mind. But I still wouldn't mind some kind of recognition. But neither here nor there. I'm a little bit irritated still, but I'll get over it. There's no point in holding on to grudges. One of the things I like to do is just get my anger and frustration out the way. And that's what this video is going to do. Get my anger and frustration out the way so I can go ahead and continue to try to help people. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what all of this is about. And I get that some people help in different ways. I understand that. But I question people like Kaz Love. I question people like them. Seems like a few cards are missing out of this deck. So, well, let me go on to other things. The war in Ukraine. As I mentioned before, the angelic host is in this war. You can't sit there and say that you don't sit there and see the hand of the divine in this war. Russia versus Ukraine. Russia. Without the divine intervention in this war, we all know Russia should already have Bakhmut probably by now. I don't know if they release. I don't know if they're. I don't know. I know one thing. If it weren't for the divine, this war would not be going too good for the Ukrainians. Now, why is the divine in this war? Because no more imperialism. There's going to be no more imperialism. Putin wants an empire, and he doesn't deserve an empire. What good are you, Putin, to the rest of the world? No one wants to be bullied by you. No one wants to live on the rules that you make. No one wants to have fear of poison. I watched this one channel, was it 1440? It's some sort of a news channel, independent news. It really just some young folks going around asking men on the street questions. And when you watch these Russian people speak, you just sit there and see that they're just so used to it. They're fearful. And you can sense that fear in these videos. And that's not how this world needs to be. That's not what we want people to live in. As my friend Evie, Twin Flame 3344 would always says, we either operate in love or in fear. I choose love. And yes, I understand everyone has their own interpretation, but love and fear, I think there's a clear difference between the two. And there's a lot of fear in this world. And a lot of it's coming from devil energy. The devil energy of government and of religion. And I understand that governments and religions have a lot of devil energy because they're all about control. To all Christians, if your message isn't love and acceptance, hope and joy of self and of others, you are not a follower of Jesus. I don't care what you call yourselves. You call yourself a Christian all day. What does that mean? What does that mean to Jesus? It meant nothing to him then, doesn't mean anything to him now. Why? Because it's not his religion. He didn't come here to preach a damn Old Testament. And that's what Rome did. Attach the name Jesus to the Old Testament to try to give it some validity. The only truth in that Bible. And even then, it's not a complete truth. But the complete truth that all you need to know, the message of Jesus. And to Xi Jinping of China, if you go into China, you will have as bad as time as Putin in Russia. Nothing will go right for China. The population will not increase. Natural disasters will occur. War, I'm not going to, maybe. But you have more to worry about the mother than the men on this earth. That's where the natural disasters will come from. Now, this can be avoided and averted. Stay out of Taiwan. It's not yours. No one cares about your little petty human arguments. No one gives a crap. Not me, and not the divine that I represent. Imperialism will not continue. Those nations who try to go for it will pay a price. They will bring suffering to people. They will bring suffering to themselves. They will bring suffering to their nations. And if the people sit there, if the people vote for these people, these politicians with devil energy, or if they sit there and stay silent and let these bullshit politicians run roughshod over all humanity, well then look, everyone's going to get it. Everyone's going to pay a price, and we'll deserve what we get, and we'll get what we deserve. You can't sit around and stay silent while people are having a problem, while people are being bullied, marginalized. And I'm going to get on myself with that message because it's clear that I need to step up to the LGBT community because it's one of my major missions in this life. Too much hatred at this group. Too much hostility. Too much suffering. I've said before, heaven hears those cries. One of the reasons I've woke up in this life was because of this. And I need to do more. And it just frustrates me because I understand what needs to be done. I have a playbook for what has to happen, but the lack of finances and the lack of people working together is making this harder than I ever thought it would be. People in the spiritual community don't reach out to one another, not in important things. And then some people seem to think that what they're doing is more important than the mission. The mission is helping people. But I sit there and see people enriching themselves. I want to specifically call out somebody who I thought was one of the biggest fools in the round. And I'm not going to mention any names. Lisa from Heart of Inspiration. Oh shit. Oh well, I'll have to delete that. Anyway, I've told this story before, so I don't care. So I'm in the chat, and well, you've all heard about QAnon. You all see the bullshit they're doing. And I've been saying for quite some time they've got roots in the spiritual community. They have some understanding, which means they are perverting the message of the divine, which means that they are the enemy of the divine. Not because the divine made themselves that way, but because they set themselves against the divine. All this hatred. And who was it? Donna Emerald. Donna Emerald, she used to talk about QAnon and the whole psyops and blah, 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 and all that. I think she's going back doing art again. But that's fine. The message, at least to me, was received. But at least of Heart of Inspiration, who sat there and ridiculed my point in her chat room, misconstrued what I said, didn't get it. But, of course, Lisa, Heart of Inspiration, sits there and likes Trump still. She called me out in the chat room. Oh, you're not going to be talking about Trump like when I wasn't talking about Trump. I was talking about the people who keep getting behind him, the QAnon influence. But she sat there and misrepresented my point, just like Kaz. And that's what I don't get. Because we're not dealing with stupid people. We're dealing with people who are deliberately misinterpreting others. For what reason? You got me. I'm going back to my awakening speech for a possible answer. They're going to be jealous of me because of my link to the divine and my abilities. What are my abilities? To bring down raw spiritual power from the ethers. And because I am linked to the divine in a way most others aren't. That's not me thinking that. That's what I was told. And that's not what was told to me. Just some interpretive dream. This is a vision I've had, which I suppose still might be called an interpretive dream, but there's a difference between dreams and visions. If you have a vision, you know. Or some sort of extra-dimensional communication. And I understand that some people can do these things. Can they do it consciously, or is it a thing of the soul? I've never found out to this day. But I know some people who can walk people's dreams, and I could sit there and say for a fact that they can. Totally lost where I was going with that one, but oh well. Let's do an energy check. No, I already know my energy. I'm a little bit upset. I'm a little angry. So I should pull a card anyway. The Nine of Swords. Yeah. Pretty much kind of where I'm at. Oh, wait. Nine of Swords. That reminds me. Today, let me change the energy of this video. Because last night before I went to bed, I said, I'm not going to worry about anything today. I'm just going to be grateful. Grateful for everything that I've been given. I mean, do I have everything that I need? Oh, well, I might have everything I need, but do I have everything I want? No, of course not. But I do have my faith. I have the divine within me and without. So that's good. High Priestess is on the board now. It really bothers me, all this scapegoating in politics these days. And I'm sick and tired of mainly the GOP. I'm going to call them out. Call a spade. You know, the white nationalists, white Christian conservatives, MAGA type losers. And yeah, they are losers because if you look at what they're talking about, they're not talking about good things. They're not talking about love. They want to divide people. They want to sit there, be angry all the time, talking about let's own the libs. For what? And then you have these people sitting there. Putin's not half bad. And these are Republicans. And I never thought I'd live in a day where I saw a bunch of Republicans just condoning Putin or brushing aside what, well, Russia is doing. I never thought I'd see that day, but that's what we have. And that's what's in the world right now. And so my mission is to sit there and try to fight against it. I've not made one single penny off of it, but I'd put my accomplishments up against anyone's in this world. Whew, it has been a while since I've pulled my cards. Speaking of which, I'm on Reddit, and from some of the things you hear at Ace of Swords, and from some of the things they say, they seem to think these cards are sentient, alive. And you tell these people, no, the cards are just cards. The power is within you and in your link to the divine in this universe. But for some strange reason, you cannot get that point across to people. And then you try to tell them out. I'm on Reddit. Oh, yes, I'm doing another tangent. So Reddit's not a good place for the spiritual community as a platform. And we do need our own platform. We do. Reddit's not good because too many trolls, too many people who don't want to share knowledge. And I don't get that. I'll sit there, I'll recommend somebody's channel. I'll recommend they watch a video every day for people, I even routinely recommend Capricorn's videos and, mentor Capricorn. Taught me all kinds of things, but, well, I'm not going to that. But, I'll recommend someone's channel if I thought they can help them. But you cannot do that on Reddit for some strange reason. Maybe it's to hoard the knowledge there or the gatekeeper or something. I don't know. It's just weird there. But any tarot people, if you want to branch out, yeah, you're going to have to go there yourselves because you can't sit there and get people to share your videos with the Reddit crowd. Yeah, 8 of Cups there, people. This deck does not... Is this all my cards? I don't know. I was going to go on and say something else, but I don't think I am now. All of the cards in my hands sits there and says it. I've just changed my mind about it, but neither here nor there. So, I just want to end. I'm going to try to get some projects up and going again. I'm going to have to take my time. I'm going to have to go balls to the wall because shit doesn't change. I'm going to have to go back into that bullshit 9-to-5 world. And, it's just such a waste for people to spend their lives working for a corporation to get the corporation rich. Retiring when they're old and almost dead. Can't enjoy life anymore. That's not how life should be. That's not like what life is supposed to be about. You're supposed to enjoy it. Yes, it involves work, but it does not involve slaving for a corporation, and that's what we are doing in this world these days. Slaving for corporations. Corporations who are eternal as long as, who will outlive the owners. I'm all for businesses, but not corporations. Which reminds me of the dream I had probably some years ago now. There's something up with these corporations. I'm not sure what. I talked about it in a video a long time ago. I'm not really sure which one it was. But yeah, we've got to do better, people. And I include myself in that. And we need to reach out. We need to work together. Important things. Ace of Wands to go out on. Till next time, everyone. Have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. I am the Aries.